But I wanted to get your guys' ideas. Sam, are you okay? I know we're running over a little bit.
I got to leave in like 5 minutes. That's fine.
All right. Well, okay. 120 seconds.
All
well,
right.
I'll give you all five. All
Okay.
five on the LA fires. What?
Okay.
Because we had how many $100 million in fire aid disappeared.
Yeah.
We have these Chinese people are buying up all the. What's going on with the LA fire, Sam?
It's Bolsheviks, man. That's what's going on right now. It's purposeful. You know, James O'Keefe, and we could have a discussion about him, but he released that phone call where she's
Yes.
like, I'm leaving. I have to go. I can't tell you why, but you will understand. And it's all done on purpose. This is how they reclaim land. They've done it forever.
They just did it in Hawaii 2 years ago.
They did in
or 3
Hawaii.
years ago.
They did in New York. They did in Texas. They did in Paradise. Why pay all the money for it when you can just destroy and buy it up for pennies on a dollar? They've been doing this forever. And Karen Bass is getting nothing. This is all purposeful. This is all BlackRock, all that stuff. This is all Bolsheviks. You cannot attack America from the outside. You go back in a body bag. But this is how you do. You subversion from within, and you slowly weaken it over and over again. Why did they get rid of the water? Why did they not let the firemen go? Why are the firemen saying that we were told to let it burn? Why were the fire hydrants empty? Why are you releasing a video that says some lesbian firefighter going, oh, dude, if I come in and I can't carry you, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, why would you make that video? Why would you put it out? It's all done. They want you to blame DEI and not that it was done on purpose, because this is what they always do. They burn it down, then rich people come in and buy it up for pennies on the dollar.
We saw that with Maui, right?
Ridiculous.
Like, I think that it was like close to 100% of the people's homes that burned could not afford to rebuild.
Yes.
And they just have to sell. They have no choice. Mark Zuckerberg buys 1,000 acres or whatever. You know, like, it's not... It's one of the most.
Winfrey buying big chunks of it, like she's an evil witch. Like it's all done on purpose. They did. Have you ever heard of Seneca Village? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Okay, Seneca Village used to be in New York City. It was where all the poor immigrants would move together and they got along. And then one day it got burnt down. Do you know what it's called now? Central Park.
Oh, Central Park. Oh, they needed the property.
You ever heard Tortilla Flats? You ever hear of that?
No.
You know what that is now? Dodger Stadium. They went in and Gestapo'd everybody and kicked them all out. And the biggest example of this is Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where there was this very prosperous Black community. They discovered oil under the ground, and they false flagged a sexual attack with racial overtones, and they just carpet bombed the whole thing and took it all over. This is how they do it. This is exactly what they did. They did 9/11's basically that. Make up an emergency, go in there and just destroy everything.
How else is our government going to get those poppy fields, Sam? Look, Sam, thank you so much. You've been so generous with your time. Will
you have me back, dude, or am I too weird?
No, dude. Absolutely anytime, especially if you've got like something to promote, something going on. Like, our viewers are very supportive. And so, yes, you're welcome. All you need to do is
hit me
DM
up
and you're on that
anytime,
day.
Jeremy. I'd love to do your show again. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Sam. We're going to hang out.
Hannah
We're going to finish.
Pleasure to meet you. Congratulations on your baby, man. Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Sam. You're the best.
Bye, Sam. Thanks.
All right. Well, that was Sam Tripoli. I wanted to stick around here a little bit. You know, Luke, what do you make of the fires thing? Like, did you see that now? Like, there's this Chinese companies that are buying up all that oceanfront property, and they're like, oh, well, we're going to put low-income housing there or something. I don't know what's going on.
They're not. They're not going to put low-income housing there.
Yeah, I don't know. Right.
Sorry, Luke.
I was just with somebody yesterday from Maui, and he's like 100% government fires. 100%. They did it. They stalled the reaction times. They made sure it was going to be a bigger issue, so they could have the theft of this very exclusive property.
Wasn't the police chief, Luke, the same police chief that was a police chief at the time of the Las Vegas shooter that was unsolved?
Exactly.
I believe it was.
Yes, a lot of people believe that there was a lot of kind of intel connections here to all of this, as intel agencies do cooperate and work with police departments, and intel agencies do have a big cooperation. But there's no mistake why LA now is planning Smart LA 2028. Why
Yay!
a lot of the fires are also near a lot of the kind of bigger land grabs that they've been trying to grab for different reasons, whether it's railroads or these new kind of communistic BlackRock style type of big buildings. But I don't think it's an accident that a lot of people who are trying to rebuild aren't getting the permits or are dealing with a lot
They've
of
been waiting for the permits for years.
Exactly.
Or
Like,
you
want to rebuild? You need a permit. Or you could just sell at a cheaper rate here, and then BlackRock comes in, buys up the land, and builds up these like communistic style slop buildings that are little pod like, little freaking things that you will never ever get out of because you'll be living in California. You'll be taxed, regulated in a way that doesn't allow you any kind of opportunity to get out of this kind of indentured servitude that they want you under. So clearly getting rid of private home ownership is one of the main things that they've been really pushing lately. And the World Economic Forum just declared 2 new kind of co-chairs. They investigated themselves. They found that Klaus Schwab did nothing inappropriate. And then they had 2 co-chairs, and the 2 co-chairs says that the first thing we have to fight is house ownership, private house ownership, one-family homes, and car ownership. And we have to make sure that people can't have their own cars, can't have their own homes. And that's what they're trying to incentivize and push overtly. That's their agenda that they're openly talking about. Now, what are they doing covertly? I mean, my goodness. I mean, you can only imagine as now the former head of, the big head of BlackRock now is the co-chair of the World Economic Forum, pushing for these incentives that all the government members that are also World Economic Forum members are incentivizing, pushing, and promoting themselves.
Yeah, what do you make of it, Hannah Claire? Because, I mean, I feel like the Maui fires aren't even a conspiracy theory. Like, people just assume that government is responsible for that.
Sure. I mean,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, yes, there are lots of people who assume the LA fires or the Maui fires have some sort of government intervention component, but also they don't expect any justice. Like, they are not expecting anyone to intervene on their behalf. I mean, there was a time there were some, really great independent reporters who went to Maui and went to LA and talked about these things. They tried to cover it, but in the end, it's sort of like fighting Goliath. Like, there's only so much they can do. And these people who are having to cover their living expenses while figuring out what to do with their damaged or destroyed property, everyone just has to move forward. And I don't think it's satisfactory. It means that these things will sort of fade to the background and become more normal because there's always going to be another fire or another issue. And public sentiment shifts that way. And I hate to feed sort of political or emotional apathy in our country, but that dissatisfaction of knowing something is wrong, but knowing there's nothing you can do is what's going to destroy American spirit.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you talk to people in Hawaii, and I did when I was there. Basically, everyone there was like, yeah, obviously it was the government. We talk about the LA stuff. Like Sam was talking on Rogan about, people blame DEI, but the bigger picture is, sure, DEI gives you less, worse employees and worse staff and worse this and that, more accidents, but with the bigger goal of, disincentivizing flying. The same with these fires, like Luke brought up. Well, we have an inept sheriff. We have slow reaction times. In California, but we ran out of water. We have somebody who makes $350,000 a year, an obese woman, makes a massive amount of money, and her one job is keeping water available to fight fires, and there was no water. Like, while we're all talking about, hope another DEI hire, you really have, maybe the bigger picture is to kind of just demoralize people and keep them talking about not what the big plan is, which is
Cracker Barrel. But that Cracker Barrel
yeah.
white guy.
What about that Gene ad? Come on, guys.